Okay, so this is what I have so far for my personal project reflectDeck. As you can see right here, well, first of all, reflectDeck pretty much is a combination of cards and decks that have different activities and different thought prompts that you can use to really reflect on your thoughts so then you can do something about them. So the whole site is based around, like I said, decks and cards. Here are some cards right here, and here are the decks right here. So when we're looking at the cards, you can see that each card has at the bottom a deck that they come from, and at the top right here is a prompt or a title for that card. So once we click on I'm going to have it to where I think these are going to just be randomly generated cards, and then these are just going to be randomly generated decks that you can go through. So all of these are just random, so that you always have new cards and new decks to look at each time you go to the site. So once we see a card that we actually like and we want to see what it's about more, so you don't have to believe your thoughts. It's a reflection on attitude. That's the deck that it's coming from. So I say, okay, that looks nice. Let me click on that one. So this takes you to that actual card. So here's again the title of that card, and here's the information or details that's on that card. So the prompt of the activity. So here it says, what's a recurring negative thought? What reoccurring negative thought do you have about yourself? And then it says on a scale of 0 to 3, rate how much you believe this thought. So here you can answer that question about your thoughts. It says the answer there, and then here's the answer to the other question here, and you can submit that. Here's a history of the cards that you've already done, your card history. So you've already answered this question a couple times before. So I'm going to have it to where you can click there and it shows you the answer. Click there, it shows you the answer, of course. And here you can actually rate that card. So if you actually decide that this wasn't a good card, you can give it a thumbs down, and that decreases the rating of that card. So if somebody sees, it has negative ratings, they probably might want to stay away from that card. Or positive, they might, say this is a good card, let me do it. And you can edit it, add it to a deck, or just get rid of the card. Here's some more details about that deck: who was created by, date created, uploaded, number of cards in this deck, and the rating of that deck. So this is pretty good rating for this deck, 88%. So here you can save this deck, so you can have it as your own. So here's another option, so you can see my decks and my cards. You can skip it. So let's say I wanted to show all cards. First, I can show all cards. So if I show all cards, this shows you all the cards that are in that deck, and you can go through each one a little bit faster if you want to actually reflect on that card. You can save the deck, delete that card, update that card, or add a card to that deck. Here we'll just want to save this deck, so we save the deck, and now that deck is in here, and we're able to play that deck. It takes you back to this card. Again, you can go to my decks, and that shows you all the decks that you have saved. You can create a new deck. You can go to my cards. My cards, it shows you all the cards that you have that you've answered. You get all the cards that you have, and here's going to be a drop-down box. I didn't know how to do it in Figma, but here's going to be a drop-down box. You're going to be able to filter by unanswered cards, answered cards, and see all your cards. And I think that is it as of now. You can view all decks. We went to viewed all cards at first, but here you can view all decks, and you can go to the cards based off the deck. So this deck says reflects on anxiety, and this is a description of this one. This one says reflection on happiness. So if you want to reflect on self-esteem, somebody created this deck and gives you a description of that deck, the number of cards that are in this deck, and I should put a rating there so then people know if it's a good deck that they want to use or not. So I click here, and then it brings you to the first card in that deck, and that's pretty much it so far.